This program contains graphic material, including offensive language. Viewer discretion is advised. In the heartland, one gang rules the road.
They turn around and kill you, it wouldn't be a problem.
People getting beat up. People dying. Intimidation.
To these outlaw bikers, there are no rules.
We all like to ride hard. We all like to flash.
Motorcycles, strippers, guns, methamphetamine. That's a perfect day if you're a biker.
Proceed with caution.
They'd hammer your ass, steal your old lady, steal your bike right there and ride off.
They call themselves outlaws, branded by others as rebel riders with a criminal cause.
This is the life I chose. I knew I was going to go to jail.
Their membership numbers in the thousands worldwide. Drug dealing, gun smuggling, prostitution, and extortion have earned gang members millions of dollars around the globe. To law enforcement agencies, outlaw motorcycle clubs are highly organized criminal organizations. They call themselves one-percenters because they are the 1% of motorcycle riders who operate outside the law.
Back in the 70s, it was pretty much a lawless club. You know, you did what you wanted to do, partied, doing drugs, whatever, riding your motorcycle. It's kind of something that was real intriguing to me.
This member agreed to talk only on the condition that we hide his identity.
We consider ourselves the elite of the elite. We are the best. We're number one. We don't hang with any other club. We're number one, and that's the way we want to stay. We're the baddest of the bad. We can do anything we want to do.
We're the baddest of the bad, the hardcore. Our hearts are pretty much into this lifestyle 100%. We live and breathe and die for our club.
Years earlier, the growth of the motorcycle club sparked a violent turf war.
Yeah, there was a lot of blood spilled, definitely. But that's what happens when you go to war.
I'm not going to deny the fact that we're not violent. We're very violent, but only when pushed.
I already lost one war in Vietnam. I wasn't about to lose another one.
You want to take my patch and have me not wear it, it doesn't mean I'm going to stop.
We're not changing into another club. We're not going to fly another patch.
I've been told by a member that this means that that person took care of business for the club. And what that means is they've committed some kind of act of violence on behalf of the club, either against another club or against law enforcement. That means they consider themselves to be 1% of the motorcyclists who live outside the law.
During church meetings, women and prospects have to wait outside.
He's got a permit to carry a concealed weapon.
You can see the outline of his pistol under his vest.
Police are intent on preventing another one-percenter gang war. There is reason for concern.
If you're green lighted, that means there's a price tag on your head to remove you out of that picture. Because in their eyes, if you're removed out of that equation as a leader, 99% of the time, those guys that are under you are going to be scared to take off.
Wherever outlaw biker gangs are battling for turf, there is always the risk of violent confrontation. A truce between the clubs was broken when more than 100 brawled on the casino floor. At 2 in the morning, 40 members were partying at the bar in the casino when a group entered.
We showed up at the casino.
I walked up and tried to stop it.
There was a few brothers that were kind of trying to defuse the situation.
I was making negotiations. I was a national prez. It was my duty, I felt, you know, to go up there and try to stop this thing, because I know from experience, once that first throw, bottle, anything comes down, people are going to die.
One brother, Ray, just He didn't like what he was hearing, and he kicked the guy in the chest.
From that on, it just was no stopping anything.
We were pulling out hammers and hitting people, and I mean, it just escalated from one thing to the next.
Knives, hammers, wrenches, bats, and guns were used during the fight, sending casino workers and players scrambling for cover.
Grabbing one of my brothers, I grabbed him from behind and pulled him off, and that's when I stabbed 3 times in the back and thrown to the ground and kicked and punched.
The deadly brawl left 2 dead. In total, over a dozen bikers were injured.
Kind of a overreaction to a situation that I don't think needed to go that far, but we will do what we got to do when we got to do it.
Despite their violent reputation, they're held together on the strong bonds of brotherhood.
We have a large police presence here just to make sure that we don't have any problems.
They set up barricades along the route. For police, the run went as planned. And the year before, a fight with members of a rival gang involved knives and baseball bats and left 4 people seriously wounded. State, local, and federal authorities are prepared for the coming onslaught of 1%er outlaw bikers. Law enforcement is potentially facing a big problem. And with only 19 sworn officers, Sheriff calls in reinforcements from around the country. Agents from the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms are on the ground. ICE, U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, lends a helicopter for aerial surveillance. Police from across the state send officers. And the media arrives. Everyone is watching for a potential confrontation
Between law enforcement and the weather not cooperating, there hadn't been a lot of places for them to go.
For 3 days, an uneasy peace has been maintained through a heavy police presence. Each group is prepared to do whatever it takes to defend territory. All week, the heavy police presence has managed to keep trouble to a minimum. Law enforcement is working around the clock to try and keep the 2 clubs apart. They fear a clash could have national implications. The police know that if there's trouble, it will escalate.
They're going to go at it at some point, somewhere. It's anybody's guess where that's going to happen at.
Fearing a deadly clash between the rivals, the next morning, police deploy aerial surveillance to monitor those on the move. 1%er biker clubs maintain that they are misunderstood and unfairly targeted by law enforcement. However, those who monitor the organizations insist that for many members, the clubs are simply a cover for widespread violence and criminality.
There's a mystique, I would say, about 1%er clubs. There's a mystique to it. It's like that saying goes, for those that understand, no explanation is needed. For those that don't understand, no explanation is possible.
Police know 1%er biker gangs aren't going anywhere.
We're going to do what we have to do to get the bad guys. Obviously, within the law, we kind of view it as, if we don't get you today, we'll get you tomorrow.
The club has always been very good at overcoming and adapting. Hasn't been around this long by accident, that's for sure.